Also to check smuggling of drugs, of weapons in and out of Maldives. The opposition parties are saying that President Muizzu claims that there is a strong mandate from the Maldivian people saying that Indian troops should be out, but they are saying that he lied. Mohammad Muizzu did not recognize, being the ungrateful wretch that he is, and he has obviously taken Chinese money, which is why he's not doing it. Jain friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. You know, there was a deal between India and Maldives in which India had said that they will replace its 78 soldiers with civilians. Now, what is the origin of this deal? The origin is that while fighting elections, the mayor of Malé at that time, Mohammad Muizzu, went to town and told everybody in Maldives, saying that there are thousands upon thousands of Indian soldiers in the Maldives. Now, this was blatantly incorrect. This is absolutely fake news. But this is how the president of Maldives became the president of Maldives. He started telling the world that, hey, listen, there are thousands upon thousands of Indians. They're armed. And, you know, he made it sound as if half the Indian army was there in the Maldives. The truth was that there were only 78 soldiers. And now those 78 soldiers are going back. Some of them are sailors, some of them are technicians, and they are going back to India and they will be replaced by civilians. Now, what are the quote-unquote military assets India has in the Maldives? The military assets that India has in Maldives are 2 helicopters, possibly of the Dhruv variety, and 1 Dornier aircraft. And these air assets are there in the Maldives to help with various things like natural calamities. They're there to help the Maldivian people in case there is a medical emergency, because, you know, Maldives is made up of islands. There isn't a contiguous landmass. So there are no roads from one island to the other. And they're slightly far away, very difficult to build bridges for a small country like Maldives. So what they have instead is helicopter services to ferry patients from one island to Malé. Malé is the capital of Maldives. So this is what they do. As I said, also casualty evacuation in case of any natural crisis. The Indian, the Navy was there largely, and they have helped quite a lot. Apart from that, also to check smuggling of drugs, of weapons in and out of Maldives. They have rendered stellar service, which of course Mohammad Muizzu did not recognize, being the ungrateful wretch that he is. And he has obviously taken Chinese money, which is why he's not doing it. Nonetheless, he wanted, his campaign was not Indian soldiers out. His campaign was India out. His campaign was India out. He wanted India to be out of Maldives. Now, after Prime Minister Modi went to Lakshadweep and he asked people to come to Lakshadweep, suddenly there was a huge hue and cry. And you know the politics. I'm not going to get into that again. You know what happened in the Maldives. However, what has also happened is that Muizzu has realized now that he can't do without India. So they've come to a sort of a middle ground. They're saying, okay, you know, now we have gone to town about this. Yeah, we have said Indian soldiers will no longer be there in Maldives and Indian armed forces personnel will no longer be there in Maldives. So it's a loss of face. It's a loss of face for Maldives. It's a loss of face for President Muizzu if he now says that, okay, they can stay. So sure, Indian soldiers will leave, but they will be replaced by Indian civilians. Currently, ladies and gentlemen, the handling taking over process is going on, and I have some notes here. The team will operate and maintain the aircraft, completing the takeover process as per the statement by the Maldives Defense Ministry. Test flight will be conducted before a helicopter is transported to India for repairs, with an Indian ship scheduled to dock at Adu on 28th of the month carrying replacement helicopter. So this helicopter obviously has been much used, is being sent back to India and will soon be replaced. So there'll be a ship carrying a replacement helicopter. That ship will dock at Adu. Adu is a place in the Maldives. And that ship, you know, that helicopter will then be used for the people of Maldives. Also, President Muizzu formally requested India to withdraw military personnel, citing a strong mandate from the Maldivian people. Now, here is the problem. This is what the opposition parties are saying here. The opposition parties are saying that President Muizzu claims that there is a strong mandate from the Maldivian people saying that Indian troops should be out, but they are saying that he lied. Sure, there is a mandate. So nobody is saying, even India is not saying that there is no mandate. Of course, there is a mandate from the Maldivian people. But the fact of the matter is, this man lied, and what he told, as I said before, what he told the Maldivian people was that there are thousands upon thousands of troops in the Maldives. Indian troops in the Maldives. Naturally, any country would be worried. You have foreign troops on your soil without the parliament giving a go-ahead for thousands of troops. And you never know for a country like Maldives, which is pint-sized, this sounds like an invasion to anybody. So naturally the people reacted. But had Muizzu told the truth to the Maldivian people from day one while he was canvassing and campaigning, had he told them the truth and said that, okay, there are only 78 Indian troops here, and I want them out, people would have said, why the hell do you want 78 Indian troops out? What is 78? That's nothing, and they're there to help us. The problem is he lied, and this is exactly what the opposition is saying. They've called him immature, they've called him a liar, and they've said that he is responsible for the economic chaos that Maldives finds itself in. Maldives has been taking a lot of money from various lending institutions, especially China. China is one country that has given a lot of money to Maldives, and there is nothing to show for it. So let's say China gave $1 billion to the Maldives. I'm just giving you an example. Let's say China gives $1 billion to the Maldives. Now, there is nothing worth $1 billion that one can see in the Maldives because most of the investment is private. So what have they done with the $1 billion? Nobody knows. And a lot of people, especially Maldivian social media, says Muizzu has made off with that money. He's put that money in Singapore and in Dubai. He hasn't invested that money. He's taken bribes from the Chinese. And now the Chinese are reclaiming their debt. They're calling their, that favor that they've given Muizzu. And they're saying that we understand you might not be able to return our money, right? But what you can do in return is, A, give us land. So they've taken an island close to Malé for 50 years lease. I've discussed this twice before. And also, we don't need Indians in Maldives. China now owns Maldives. This is what China has been saying to Maldives for a very long time, which puts Muizzu in a tough spot. And this also says that the strategic significance of Maldives, located close to India and at the center of key commercial sea lanes in the Indian Ocean region, AOR, underscores its importance in India's maritime policy, such as Sagar and the Neighborhood First policy. Of course, Maldives remains extremely important to India. And this Chinese research vessel, Xiang Yang Hong 3, Xiang Yang Hong 3, which means there was a Xiang Yang Hong 1 and a Xiang Yang Hong 2 also. Why did the Chinese like these names so much here? That they named 3 vessels exactly the same. Xiang Yang Hong 1, Xiang Yang Hong 2, and now the 3. This returned to Maldives. Now, it had departed from Malé, and you see, it had left and then came back to the exclusive economic zone. And the last signal was detected. This is very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. The last signal was detected near Hulhu Malé 2 days ago, located in the south of North Malé Atoll. Now, the problem is that when this vessel was moving towards Malé, or towards Maldives for that matter, it, in contravention to international maritime law, it had switched off all its signal locators. So this vessel switched off everything, and its tracking systems, every vehicle is required to keep its tracking systems on. It switched it off, suggesting potential evasion of surveillance. This vessel did not want to be found. Every vessel by law is required to keep its signal system on. The Chinese switched it off earlier, and now they've switched it off again. This is very obviously a spy vessel, which is why it's moving. These movements are suspicious, and its switching off of all tracking devices suggests that it does not wish to be found. Of course, we'll find them. We know where they are. And that vessel is under extremely close watch from our satellites. There are Indian submarines in the region close by. We have drones flying. We have aircraft flying. We know you can't make a vessel disappear. Maybe it is not visible to other vessels which are floating around. Right? Of course. If you're not line of sight and you switch off tracking, it's difficult. Of course, somebody will beep you with a radar. You'll come on somebody's radar screen, but otherwise you can disappear. What India has done is activated all its sources, satellites. This Chinese vessel, Xiang Yang Hong, is being tracked 24/7. Now, talking about the Navy and how our Navy is doing a stellar job. Earlier, of course, helping the Maldivian people, and then, tracking this Chinese Xiang Yang Hong vessel, right? What has come to light is Spain is ready for full technology transfer. Here, this is very interesting. Lowest price for Indian Navy is 5 billion submarine deal. So the Indian Navy is on the cusp or on the verge of signing a $5 billion submarine deal. Spain, through its state-owned defense giant Navantia, is willing to offer complete transfer of air-independent propulsion technology for its stealth submarines to be built for the Indian Navy under Project 75. And Navantia will also provide the submarines at a lower cost compared to Germany's ThyssenKrupp, another contender for the deal, making it more competitive option. I thought ThyssenKrupp made elevators and escalators and lifts, etc. I've seen a lot of material. I've used material from ThyssenKrupp. I didn't know that they were making submarines, Naval vessels, yes, but I wasn't fully aware of this. Good. The same guys who make lifts are also making submarines. This is a German group. Secretary of State for Defense Amparo Valcarce of Japan will visit India on 7th of March, and he will hold discussions with Indian officials regarding the submarine deal. The main agenda of discussion will focus on the procurement of 6 new submarines. So, here is the deal. This P-75 deal essentially is worth $5 billion and 6 submarines of the latest technology France will supply to India. Not supply to India, that's not the right word, ladies and gentlemen. France will make in India. So we give them $5 billion and they make 6 stealth submarines for us. Navantia's S-80 submarines, this model is called the S-80, offers a displacement of 3,000 tons and provides a proven AIP system with plans for potential export from India to other countries. So, when you say, or obviously, Navantia has prior experience in co-designing and transferring technology of submarines in India, notably with the Scorpion submarine built by Mazgaon Docks Limited. So, when these guys say that, hey, you know what, we are going to build these submarines, Navantia says we are going to build these submarines with India, 6 of them with complete technology transfer. Essentially what it is saying is that in future when India has the technology, India has the technology to make these 6 submarines, India can further supply the same technology and same submarines to other countries. This is the big daddy of the deal, the complete 100% transfer of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, with this I come to the end of this video. I hope you liked watching this video. A little bit technical, but I thought I must put in a certain amount of additional news, especially regarding the submarine deal, which is very, very important for the Indian Navy, especially the fact that China's Navy is growing by leaps and bounds, and we have to counter China's Navy, especially in the Indian Ocean region, but not limited to that. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.